The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join us today. I do really appreciate it. We are going to go through some introductory slides before I hand over this webinar to Brett Walderbach with North American. He is going to be going over North American's new SDA X product. It is an incredible income product. I would advise all of you to take a look at. I'm going to be launching a couple polling questions throughout this broadcast. Your participation is greatly appreciated. First thing we're going to talk about is our IAMES Business Builders. Blah, blah. We have a referred producer program. So when you refer a client to IAMES, you get a $50 check. When that referral does their first piece of business, you get $100. Then we will pay you a 20 basis point override for business written by your referral. That is our thank you to you. It's not a hierarchy. You are not responsible for them in any way. It is not going to come out of their commission or yours. It is just our way of thanking you for sending us business. Just like your business is built on referrals, so is ours here at IAMES. The next thing we are going to talk about briefly is our marketing reimbursement program. So basically, for every $100 of premium submitted, you're going to get $100 in your marketing reimbursement account. The new Producer Builders is a great program that we have for agents newly contracted with IAMES. As you can see, there are 3 levels here that you can hit with great options to choose from. On that $100,000 level, you can get a free producer website for 2 years or $750 cash bonus or the newest iPad. At that $300,000 level, you can get a 3,000 piece mailing and a Social Security program, 2,000 in your marketing reimbursement account, or a $1,500 Visa gift card. If you work and get to a $500,000 in 6 months, as you can see, you have 2 seminar coaching options with mailings or a Ritz-Carlton package for you and a guest. This is our way of helping you as you're starting to build your business and us helping you grow it. Here at IAMES, we like to help you work smarter and not harder. We have great business building tools and resources. Case design assistance. You call into IAMES. We do not have voicemail. We have no automated services. You call in, you get a live person within 3 rings. Whether it's an annuity case or a life case, you're going to call in, you're going to get to a life or annuity marketer, and they are going to go over what your client needs with you. Then we're going to get you your illustrations out to you within a 24-hour period. We'll also assist you with getting any apps or product training links you may need. You have forms at your fingertips. We're going to help you once you get that piece of business written. You send it over to us. We're going to scrub it. Then we're going to submit it for you. And then we're going to follow up on it every 3 business days to make sure that you are getting paid in a timely manner. We are taking all of that back office work off your plate. And we have top sales expertise and coaching that is available to you from our top agents. The best thing that we have is our paperless contracting system. So you fill out your paperless data packet once, and then anytime you wanted to be appointed with any additional carriers, all you've got to do is give me a call or shoot me an email, and I can get you appointed with that carrier within 24 to 48 hours. This is one of my favorite things that we have here, and that is our creative department. We have an incredible graphic design team in Jacob and Sean. They have turnkey solutions they can customize and send out to you. They can make you logos, business cards, brochures, anything that you need for mailing pieces. And then they also will assist you in any online marketing that you may want to do, whether it's a website or social media advertising. They assist you in all of that. That's what they do all day long. They work for our agents. IAMES website is a great opportunity full of information. If you haven't registered for our website, I would highly advise you to do so. On there, we have our sales tools. We also have term quoters. You can get forms online. We have our annuity news. We have the product grid. You can run quotes. And we now offer E&O. I don't know if all of you are aware of this, but for $450 a month, we have partnered with, or $450 a year, we have partnered with Lockton. It's a Lloyd's of London policy that has a $450 annual fee to it. It is a one-time fee. They do not accept quarterly or monthly payments, but we are now offering discounted E&O as well as a service to you, our agents. IAMES Wealth Management has been around for about 2 years now. As I talk about IAMES Wealth, I am going to launch my first polling question. If you would like to receive more information on IAMES Wealth Management, please click yes. If not, please click no. Your participation in this is greatly appreciated. The sooner we get these questions answered, the sooner we can move forward. IAMES Wealth Management is a great way for you to expand your sales abilities with just a Series 65 or a CFP. You will be able to write variable products for a fee. All right, it looks like I'm going to close down this polling question and we are going to move on. Life and Annuity Academy. I'm doing them back to back, but I'm going to launch another polling question, and it's regarding our Life and Annuity Academy. Our Life and Annuity Academy is a 2.5 day training academy that we do. It is definitely an excellent opportunity for you for sales ideas. It is more marketing oriented than product oriented. You'll fly in on a Wednesday afternoon. You'll have an evening dinner, get to know some of the other agents within the IAMES family. Thursday will be spent in meetings all day, giving you marketing strategies, some product information, what products to use where and such. And you will hear from our top producers on what they did to get from the bottom to the top. And it looks like almost everybody has answered that polling question. If you haven't, would you please do so? This is an excellent opportunity for you, and all but clicking yes does is put you on the interested list for our next academy. All right, I'm going to close out this polling question. We're going to move on. And the last slide is our Ritz-Carlton 2019 Marketing Summit in Naples, Florida. As you can see below here, any combination of these levels of premium gets you qualified. The invitation period started January 1st of last year, but still plenty of time to meet that goal. You have till June 30th of 2019 to qualify. This is a fabulous resort. It's all expense paid for you and a guest. It's got golf, it's got a spa, shopping, anything you want to do, This is a great way to relax, and it's our thank you to you for all of the business that you submit through us. And then we are currently, if you are not aware, we've teamed up with Equitrust and we are doing our Dash for Cash promotion. We have been holding $1,000 weekly drawings. So our last one will be on Facebook Live this Friday at 1 o'clock. And then we will have the grand prize the 21st, the following Friday. The first place winner will receive $3,000. The second place will receive $2,000. And the third place winner will receive $1,000. And each piece of $25,000 Equitrust life or annuity premium gets you one chance to win. So you can still get qualified for next Friday's $1,000 drawing or this Friday's $1,000 drawing, and everybody's name will go in for the final prize giveaway, grand prize giveaway on the 21st. And with that being said, we are going to hand it over to Brett.
All right. Thank you so much, Nicole. Appreciate that. I will let the Equitrust plug slide for this time. So good morning, everybody. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with everybody today about the new SDAX, or the Strategic Design Annuity X. And one of the things I just want to kind of open up the presentation with today is, take a look at the last 10 years, that have happened for you. And if I would have asked you back in 2008, if you were going to put some money away and that they had, one focus, would you have guessed that your needs or your retirement outlook would change over a 10-year period because of some sort of life event that had happened to you? Whether if it was, the correction in the market of 2008, was it possibly a birth of a new child? Was it, kid going to college? Maybe an inheritance that you came into from a loved one passing away? And the whole purpose of the question is things will change, over a period of time in retirement. And we need products that are dynamic and that are flexible and that can really adapt with you as your needs are ever changing. So that's where we have really taken a look at how can we develop innovative solutions that really help clients, navigate a dynamic retirement with a product that is as dynamic as that is. And that's where we've come up with the new SDAX, or the Strategic Design Annuity X, which really delivers the industry's first X factor. And a couple of things that we're going to talk about as I go through these disclosure slides. We're going to cover three main bullet points. We're going to talk about the guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit. We're going to talk about an enhancement to penalty-free withdrawals. We're also going to talk about our new inverse edge S&P crediting strategy. Before we dive into that, let's take a look at the product specs, just some real 10,000-foot overview. Your issue ages for clients, 50 to 79. This is an income-driven product. It's for income in retirement. Our minimum premium, so $50,000 minimum premium, qualified, non-qualified. So it is a 10-year product, so it's a 1010 compliant. So, and then we also will allow systematic withdrawals for non-guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefits coming out of there. For anyone that's done business for quite a bit of time with North American, that has been a pain point that we've been able to address. If you want to do, systematic withdrawals, you have to submit paperwork on an annual basis to get those withdrawals out of there. And also, this product comes with a standard nursing home confinement waiver. You will want to make sure you're checking your state availability on that, because there are certain states that is not available yet. One of the things with state availability that I will talk with you about is where this product is approved and where it's not approved. So, and it's easier to tell you where it's currently not yet approved. So states that was not filed in, New York and Montana. So states that we're waiting for approval on, California, Delaware, Maryland, and North Carolina. So after the first of the year, we will be announcing when Indiana and Massachusetts will be going live. Those states were just recently approved, but not yet for sale. So just to give you an idea where that is. So really what starts to set this product apart from other indexed annuities is how we put this together. Like I mentioned, we're going to talk about three things today: that guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit, an enhancement to penalty-free withdrawals, which is an industry-first design, and an industry-first inverse edge trigger. So with a product that is benefit-rich and feature-rich as this is for a client's retirement, this is not a no-charge, no-fee product. So this does have a fee at 95 basis points. But I think as we go through some of the key highlights here, you'll see the value proposition that this provides and a dynamic planning tool for your clients' retirement income. So now I just want to take a second and help build the X factor that is the SDAX. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how can we help clients generate that lifetime income in their retirement that they cannot live, a key pillar to anyone's retirement. So, and that goes in all kinds of different directions. And while they're deferring this out, we're going to guarantee 200% roll up of the index crediting. So whatever your index credit returns at, you're going to get 200% to that benefit base for up to 20 years. It's a participating index. So and that'll be a lifetime withdrawal benefit value. But we also know there's not really a cookie cutter plan where clients are going to absolutely wait 10 years before they can turn that on. So they're going to need the ability to get money out of there. So we're going to help you give them a dynamic withdrawal benefit base that can help them take income that they need to bridge that gap. And that's with our enhanced penalty-free withdrawal feature. That's the second topic we're going to cover. This feature will allow them to take up to 32% of their initial premium annually. The longer you wait, the more that you can take. Key feature that I want you to write down here is once you start taking a penalty-free withdrawal, that rate that you're getting is locked in for the remainder of the surrender schedule. It doesn't go back to the initial rate and go through a deferral process again. It stays at that rate for going forward. That's a key feature that I want you to remember here. And then finally, with any investment, you have to help the client navigate through market corrections. So with the SDAX, we have introduced the S&P inverse edge trigger strategy, which offers growth during a declining market. So the further the market is down at the S&P 500, the bigger the credit opportunity is. And we'll cover that in great detail as well. So that's how we build the X factor, that is the SDAX. And those are the three key bullet points that we're going to focus on today. So let's start by talking about that guaranteed withdrawal benefit and how that works. First, let's just show you, this is a piece that you can share with clients that's client-facing, that you would have the ability to kind of walk them through that as well. We also have a reveal piece to how to build that X. So let's tackle the first part there, that 200% roll-up for up to 20 years. You do have a minimum 10-year wait. So it's very simple. What's my index return? I get double that. So we use the weighted average of index crediting. That would be if you were allocating through multiple strategies and what that combined credit would be through all of those index opportunities. If it's 3.5% in the first year, your benefit base is getting 7%. If that credit is 5.2, it's 10.4 to that benefit base. So then probably the first question that's starting to come to mind, is this simple interest or is this compounding interest? This is compounding interest that's being calculated on that guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit. It's 1.7, that's 3.4, etc. So if it's 0, it is 0. But we can help with that with the inverse edge I mentioned earlier. So what if we take a look at a case study and show that power of 200 for over 3 different periods? The lowest indexing period of 1998 to 2008. So that would be with the S&P Mark V 100% allocated with 100% participation on $100,000. There's a lot of hundreds there with that 10-year deferral. That benefit base would have had a compounded roll-up of 8.31%. So $100,000 premium turns into a $222,000 benefit base, which is over $12,000 annual payouts. Excuse me. If it's over the most recent 10 years, that's a doubled up value. That's 11.6%. So that benefit base grows to $299,000, $661,000. That's over $16,000 of annual benefit for lifetime income. And if it's over the highest period, that doubled up is 14.22. That $100,000 is now a benefit base of $377,875. So if you go back and think about what should I be expecting or what should I be talking to my clients about acceptable returns for their index annuities, well, first and foremost, the annuity is sold for the guaranteed it's not going to lose value, by benchmarking to the indice, it's principal protected. But if we look at modest growth, maybe 3 to 5% or 4 to 6%, which that 4 to 6% is the world that this is living in here, you don't need extraordinary returns to get a strong income planning product for your clients. So the other part of that lifetime income is how can we take that? Well, we'll offer you level income payments or increasing. So we also offer you an LPA or lifetime payout amount multiplier benefit. So, but I will tell you first and foremost, this is not for nursing home confinement. We do not have a multiplier that is based on nursing home confinement. That's a key differentiator with this product. We will multiply that payment times 2, so we'll double it if your client can't perform 2 out of 6 ADLs. So, and then we will give them choices on how they want to take that lifetime payout. And they can make that decision when they're wanting to turn on their income, not at the point of application, and we don't force any of them, like some of the competitors force increasing only. So if you want a level joint life payout, you can decide that at the income commencement. If you decide you want it for increasing in single life, that's fine. You can take it there. If it is an increasing payment, it's very simple. What did the index grow to? So based off of your current pricing, say you have a 3% cap and it grows 3%. So then you would get a 3% increase on the dollar amount for your next year's payment. So you can illustrate that. You can see what the difference would be. You know, how far better off would I be if I just took level over increasing? When's that catch-up point? It's usually about 11 to 10 years on an increasing just to catch up to the payment. But you give yourself a lot of options, a lot of flexibility. Now that's how the guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit rolls up. I will show you what those activities of daily living are to get that multiplied payment. So they have to be in the payout election of that GLWB, so that's at least a 10-year before that would kick in. Before that, you have a nursing home confinement waiver of surrender charges. But if they can't perform 2 out of 6 ADLs, we need a doctor's note that states they can't perform at least 2 of these from their doctor. Permanency is not required. They do have the ability, if they want to turn that on and off. They would have to requalify each time. So again, guaranteed lifetime income, 200% roll up, 10-year minimum wait to utilize that, but you can defer that for up to 20 years. So it's got an ADL multiplier. And again, to recap, you can choose single or joint, increasing, or level payment. So now I want to just quickly, before we talk about the enhancement to the penalty-free withdrawals, show you the indexing strategies that are available here. So we have our standard fixed account, guaranteed rate for 1 year at a time. It'll reset on an annual basis. We have our monthly point-to-point cap. We have our annual point-to-point cap. So and then we have our S&P inverse edge, which we'll cover here in a little bit. We have 1 year annual point-to-point participation on the S&P 500 and the S&P multi-asset risk control, or the Mark V. Then we also have that on a 2-year point-to-point with participation as well. I will let you know those Mark V par rates are 100% on a 1 year and 130% on a 2-year. So a lot of opportunity on ways to use multiple strategies to be able to blend in for your index crediting. Let's start talking about the additional features besides the guaranteed lifetime income that you're getting for that 95 basis points. So we have introduced the industry's first enhancement to their penalty-free withdrawal schedule, but we've also put in there an account value step-up. And really what this is we're going to guarantee that client that they go for 9 years, and that 9th year, we're going to take a look at what is their current cash surrender value, and then what is their premium amount, and we're going to make sure it's at least their premium amount. Now, if they surrendered it, they still have the 9th year surrender penalty, but we'll at least make sure it's their premium amount. So if they get an indexing credit, it's based off of their initial premium. Same thing in the 10th year, when that surrender is gone, you would at least have the ability, if you didn't earn any indexing for 10 straight years, our financial landscape in the U.S. would look very different than it does today if that were to happen, but you could at least know you get all your fees refunded back, essentially, and you could walk away if you wanted to with your premiums. Or you could take guaranteed lifetime income off that amount too, not a degree of fee. So that's a very key feature. The illustration will show that, and we'll show those guarantees built right into there. And that's a key feature in there because essentially if you take the guaranteed lifetime income, then that's when the fee starts over again for the client. Thinking of the worst case scenario. The other is, how can we put those penalty-free withdrawals to work for that client? This is extremely unique to this product and is based off initial premium. And what that allows is predictability if you need to start taking withdrawals based off the initial premium, so you can call on that amount each and every year from when you need to start taking it. So what is the base surrender or penalty-free amount? 7%, with an enhanced rate every single year starting in year 2. like most annuity contracts, you don't have the ability to pull out a penalty-free amount in the first year. For our clients needing an RMD, they would be able to take that penalty-free. It would lock them in to that 10% penalty-free withdrawal amount for the remaining years. So if they defer it for 1 year, they get a 3% enhancement, making it 10% out. 2 years of deferral. In year 3, it's a 5%, 7% in 4, 9, 13, 18, and 25. So let's say you have a client. Their anticipation is, I'm going to buy this at 55. We're going to turn this on at 65. But then at 60, things change. So now they have an adult child living with them, and they want to be able to help them with some offsetting some expenses. Maybe they want to do some remodeling their house, whatever they want to do, or they just want to spend the money or repurpose the money. So now that they're 5 years through, they're in the 6th year, so they have the ability to take up to 20% of their initial premium. If they take a withdrawal of any amount, we will lock them in. They'll have the availability to take 20% out in year 7, year 8, year 9, and year 10, and then in year 11, they could transition over and turn on their guaranteed lifetime income. What that would do is that would allow them to take a fixed dollar amount out there to take the money that they need to do whatever they want with it. Remodel a house, help out kids, go vacation, whatever. So, but it gives them the flexibility to pull fixed predictable income with those penalty-free withdrawals, up to 20%. If they continue to wait, they would be able to take 25% or 32% for those remaining years. Again, I just want to quickly recap with that enhanced penalty-free withdrawal. The longer you wait, the higher you can take. Once you take for the first time, you lock in that rate. So if you take a withdrawal in the 5th year, you would have 16% in year 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I encourage you to run some illustrations, show the max withdrawal coming up, just to kind of help visualize and grasp that. That really helps me when seeing a concept like this. Let's recap again. 200% participation, a lot of flexibility when taking income, and this enhanced penalty-free withdrawal locks in the rate the year you start taking it for the remainder of the surrender years. Again, a lot of flexibility. Now that we've talked about those, let's talk about the inverse edge S&P strategy. So this is how you can help clients take an innovative way to hedge those negative years. We've seen a lot of volatility. I know last week, I believe it was Tuesday, the Dow Jones was down almost 800 points in that single day. So that's a lot of red. There's a lot of uncertainty that the S&P followed with about an 80-point drop. So we're seeing a lot of volatility in the marketplace. So how can we help turn those zeros into crediting opportunities? Well, an inverse edge strategy like this hedges those negative years. So if you have a positive S&P growth, it is no credit on there because it doesn't index that. If you have zero growth in the S&P, we're going to credit 2%. That's our declared rate. If it is slightly negative, say negative 3% or negative 9.99%, it's still going to credit 2%. So 10% is the threshold. Once it's more negative than 10% or more, it credits the enhanced rate of 8%. So let's go back to what we learned about that guaranteed lifetime withdrawal roll-up. It's earning 200%. So if you have a 0 or slightly negative growth year, that's 4% to your benefit base for any dollars allocated to this strategy. If it's 10% or more, that is 16% allocated for those dollars to that benefit base. So again, this is an S&P 500 index where we're just, instead of looking at the growth, we're looking at for the negative. So there's no secret sauce in here. This is not an alternative indice. This is the S&P 500. You're hedging the negative. So it gives you that opportunity to kind of play both sides of the coin. So great strategy. It's one of the options inside of there. So you can look at low volatility, you can look at the negative, and you can look at the total return index of the S&P 500 and have diversification on style and duration by looking at 1 year and 2 year crediting strategies to try to maximize your returns out of the contract. So, and again, I always forget my animations, but we have a great piece that looks just like this. So again, the X factor of the SDAX, that 200% participation roll-up, those enhanced penalty-free withdrawals, and this inverse edge crediting. So how to kind of tie this all together and be able to, kind of continue to digest this on where this product stacks up against competition. So we have the X marks the spot marketing piece. And you can see those same things we hit on. 200% participation outperforms competition. We have that 2 times multiplier based on ADLs, not confinement. So you could, those two companies, they offer that confinement multiplier for life. So the average lifespan of someone that goes into confinement is 26 months. So we're paying it for 5 years based on ADLs. They're paying it for life, which the hedges will pay that for potentially 2 years and 2 months would be that multiplied payment when someone goes to confinement. We have options. Our lifetime payouts increase every year. You continue to defer your payment, and we have that inverse edge. So we also have that enhanced penalty-free withdrawal. So the next thing I want to do before I show you these marketing pieces is show you just what this would look like from a case design standpoint. So this is an example I put together because this is a real life meeting that I had with an advisor last week out in Washington. So I was meeting with a client that day. Client's going to defer money for 2 years and then they need to start taking $1,000 a month for the rest of their life. So the first thing I think I want to backtrack and show you is quickly, how did I allocate this? So I did 40% to the S&P participation rate. I did 40% to the 1 year Mark V, and I did 20% to the inverse edge. So because I want to be able to show anywhere from 3 to 5% inside of this index annuity. So if I look at just straight guarantees with no interest earned, I can take my $1,000 out every month, essentially for 7 years. And then based off of no earnings, I can take half that payment for the rest of my life. And I would get it doubled if I can't perform 2 out of 6 ADLs. That's with no returns. Now let's apply indexing credits, and the most recent 10 years is an average about 4.83%. So then I can take my $1,000 a month for the rest of my life. So, and then I have the ability to turn on my guaranteed lifetime income, which is now giving me a $500 pay raise, essentially, a little nice, maybe cost of living adjustment if I have higher expenses later in retirement, and that's forever. So, and if you take that out to the annuity commencement date of 115, that $200,000 investment paid out $800,000 in total benefit for that lifetime income. Now, obviously, I don't know of anyone that's lived the age of 115, but if people are living longer and longer with longer life expectancies, you can show them how far out this pays. But what if we don't get those high of returns? So that's where I love about our illustrations is we'll show you the lowest, the highest, and the most recent. So we were in the most recent where we got the 19.3. This is assuming those same withdrawals coming out. So if we had the lowest, it's 3.6, and that includes 1998, 99, 2000, 2001, because 99, 2000, 2001, tech bubble burst, 3 consecutive double-digit negative returns to the S&P. It's a good thing we got some money to the inverse edge. So we also have 2008 in there. So look at those negative years, those second 3 years in year 2, 1, and 5, that double participation beefing up those returns. So this is a negative S&P year of double digits. Last year, the tech bubble followed up by a recovery year, you know, that you have 10 and 16% back-to-back in your benefit base. So we're averaging 3% index return. We're averaging over 6.5% into the benefit base. We still have $14,000 an increased payout for that guaranteed lifetime income. And if we do in the highest years, it's even higher when it's averaging 5%. So again, you don't need extraordinary returns from the S&P to make this product really work for your client well. And then if you want to show them what the actual returns are and where that crediting is, so it's right here on the next page as well. And then the final thing that I want to show you goes very hand in hand with some of the content that Nicole talked about, but this is straight from North American. North American is introducing the exclusive producer connection program for 2019. So this is a compensation bonus that we're paying to all street level agents with North American. So with production requirements of $1 million, $3 million, and $5 million. So we have the opportunity to earn additional 50, 100, or 150 basis points of compensation for all business that is issued in 2019. As you reach through those different levels, the executive, the president, or the chairman level, we will back pay to the first dollar earned. So let's look at an example here. So let's say you did $3 million of production in 2019. On your first million, so you would have hit that 50 basis point threshold. So we would go back to $1 and pay all those commissions that have already been paid, an extra 50 basis points bonus check. So for all that first million. And then your 1 million, so essentially 3 million, would get 50 basis points on a monthly bonus for those premiums on top of your street level commission. So you'd effectively be earning 7.25. Once you hit that $3 million threshold, we would back pay that 100 basis points. So on all of it, so you'd be getting caught up essentially an additional 50 basis points for that remaining dollars, all the way back to those first premiums issued. And if you get into the 5 million, same thing happens. We get you caught back up again. And then we pay all those commissions going forward, an additional monthly bonus. So get your street commission once the policy is paid, and then the following month you'll get your bonus on your additional compensation. And again, this is available for all street level agents. You don't have to do anything besides continuously to write business. Where we're a fit, we love to have a chance to earn and compete for that business, and we'd also like to reward you for being some of our top customers. The other thing that's part of the EPC program is the ability to qualify for North Americans Connect 2020. There's not a lot of details on this business summit yet, but this is our first business producer summit / trip that you'll be able to qualify for 2020. Again, you have to be street level agent to be able to meet with this. This allows to learn and meet the home office people, network with other professionals, share best practices, and learn ways of where North American can help be a part of your business going forward. So with that, Nicole, if there's any questions, I'd love to take those now and turn it back over to you. You still with me, Nicole?
Can you hear me?
Yep, there you are.
Okay, nobody could hear me. Okay, so there are no questions right now. I will be following up with each of you after this webinar. If you did have any questions, I hope you jotted them down. And one thing in particular that I really think is there's two things that are a great fit for a client to use this product. Most people do not want to go to a skilled care facility if they don't have to. This product allows them to receive enough money that they are then able to stay at home and be cared for. And the other thing is that a lot of people, they may think that they can wait for 10 years, but they can't. And those are just the two great things about this product that I really like. Just wanted to reinforce those two pieces of the product for all of you. I will follow up with you after this webinar. Make sure you don't have any questions. Be happy to run any quotes you might want. And I want to thank Brett so much for his time and expertise, and look forward to doing another webinar with him in the future. Thank you, Brett.
Yep, thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time today. And yeah, definitely reach out to Nicole for any questions that you have.
All right. Thanks, guys. You have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.